Yes, don't worry, buddy. Seriously, though. Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is the one, the only, the Azothan, and welcome back to another Lordaeron the Foremath Shoutcast. We're live on Twitch, as always, so I hope you'll feel free to join us next time. Find a link to my Twitch in the description, but for now, let's hop right on into it, guys. Good to have you back. This game was sent in, and I was told it's short and sweet. Short and sweet. Two things that do not describe me. Alright, let's go ahead and hop into the game and see who our players are, shall we? We have Silas, controlling the forces of the Dragonmaw clan, and we're going to go ahead and remove those health bars, as I think, while helpful, they are often distracting from the true cinematic glory of this game. I expect this will be a game where we have a few levers, because I can already see it's 11 players, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Who we're missing? I'm not seeing. Oh, I see a gray. Who are we missing? It's always fun trying to guess before I can actually go looking for it. I don't see a purple. Okay. There's no purple. Well, without a Lordaeron, that's going to be tricky to deal with, and I'm not shocked at who actually sent this in to me. It kind of makes some sense. The volume might be a little loud as well. Let's go ahead and adjust that on the music just a scotch. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and get back to our games, but as we can tell, Lordaeron's already out, so this probably isn't going to be exactly the most balanced, but it might still be fun. Lone Rose controlling the forces of Lordaeron with Arthas, Garethos, and Galen Trollbane. Yes, Prince Galen Trollbane. Nicator with, in the light blue trunks, controlling the Silver Hand. Spike Spiegel in the gray trunks, controlling the Cult of the Damned. Arterion in the light green trunks as the Ranger Corps. Naboski in the green trunks, controlling the Shadow Council. Lord Luibang in the OJ trunks, controlling the Dark Horde. I Don't Sell Molly in the yellow trunks, controlling the Dwarves for the human team. Managroth. That's actually kind of a badass name. I would buy that as a legitimate demon name. Alright, sorry, he's controlling the forces of the Burning Legion, appropriately enough. Jack Attack 1, 2, 3 in the blue trunks, controlling the Lich King, and in the golden trunks, controlling the Highborn, we have Far. So far, things are going well. Let me go ahead and introduce you to this. Lordaeron the Foremath is a Warcraft 3 custom map set after the events of the Second War into the events of the Third War and World of Warcraft. It's sort of an alternate history RTS in which 12 players control the various factions that influence the outcome of events, at least here in the Northern Lordaeron Outland Northrend area of things. So this will be interesting to see how it plays out. As always, it starts off as a 6v6, but then breaks down later on. The first two large fights in the game are going to be centered around the Cult of the Damned starting base, this time in Scholomance, and Light Blue's Draenei base in Outland. They will both be in charge of holding off their respective enemy teams early on in the game to give their allies time to build up. The Draenei's intelligently using these Kurenai scouts to lure the enemy into these explosive wards. Very good move. Already taking Mal'Ganis and a number of the other Dreadlords down to below half health. And try to remember that you can utilize these crystals to summon essentially elementals, and then also use it to teleport your units back to your base. It's you can actually bring the whole army there, then turn it into a teleport back to Tempest Keep, and keep playing this leapfrog defense all the way back. Welcome, Foxeat and Bozo says, I might be the only one, but what happened to DD Terraria Mondays and Tuesdays? Whee! Well, Bozo, we can still definitely do that. We can do Darkest Dungeon and the rest of it, but this morning I wanted to make sure I got a little bit of a Warcraft stream in, and then later on today, after I've finished my Reddit episode, we can get back and do Terraria, since it is Tuesday. How does that sound, buddy? Thank you for reminding me, though. Alright, so for now, it looks like Light Blue is at least aware of what he's doing. His enemies have not yet completely grouped up. Mangoroth's going to need the help of the Dark Horde and the Shadow Council as well, but yeah, Mangoroth's saying, guys, I could really use some help here. Nagaski, or Nabski, and the Dark Horde are both on their way. Luibang, no upgrades, just creeping as much of Outland as they can at the moment. Let's see how quickly the Alliance mobilizes against the undead. And as always, this huge tower defense that Spike Spiegel likes playing. If you're playing against Spike's Beagle and he ends up going Cult of the Dam, just remember you're going to need a record number of steam tanks, ballistas, and Ranger Corps ballistas to break through. Hopefully people, I mean, also, they could just get the goddamn Dragonhawk Riders and cast Cloud, but we almost never see that happen, unfortunately. It would remove so much potential damage from the field, but just very rarely seen. Also, a fun thing to do if you think someone's doing this, you can build a shipyard right about here and just start pumping this little island, this lake full of battleships. It works, believe it or not. Hey, what's up, Awers? Good to see you there, buddy. Speaking of missing purples, how you doing? It is just black, man. I can't see. Tamira, are you sure? You may want to reset your stream, because I think everyone else can see what's going on. Ebamakachakata, welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining us. I'm Azothan. Glad you can be here. Alright, so let's go ahead and focus on these two fights. Teal's now pressing in against the Draenei with the help of the Dark Horde, but I don't know if the Shadow Council's on their way. It might be, but they are slow as fuck. No, okay, he's opening up portals, apparently. Now, it's Dark Horde and Legion versus Draenei right now, and I think, from what I've seen, Nicator knows what he's doing. No upgrades as of yet from Nicator. Has he maxed out? He has not gotten the rest of his Elec Warriors, which is unfortunate. Extremely tanky unit that if you can get on the enemy front line, can do massive AoE damage. Important to protect these light shards early on. They do AoE magic damage. They're very akin to Fell Keepers in that way. And here goes the first fight. Rushing in with his Nethrezim. He's got to be careful not to lose them, but that is a very well-placed Skull of Gul'dan use there on Tichondrius by our Burning Legion player. Does a terrible amount of damage to Nicator. And Nicator activates an invulnerability globe that he's not even gonna utilize. Oh, it hurts to look directly into it. It's like looking into the sun of stupidity. Alright, some spells coming off of Maru here. At least one. Vindicator Maraud's got to back it up now. He was aggressive enough. How the flip? Well, since OJ's not fully invested and you don't have your caster buddy here to silence and shut everyone up or mana drain them, and you're not mana draining them because you don't have enough Dreadlords, I don't know, man, Groth. Maybe that's what's happening right now. Who fucking knows? Who fucking knows, dude? I bet Stewie does. What are you doing there, Dread-Eye? Are you kicking ass? Are you ruining their buttholes? Yes, you are. Looking absolutely destructive at the moment. Oh, delightful. Zebby says, then Zab came by to say hi as always, to kill the Alliance for the Scourge. Wow, you really, no wonder you like War in the Plaguelands. You are an evil, evil boy. High Elves and Ranger Corps have shown up almost immediately, with some apparent help from Nicator. It seems like he was focused on moving his army. There's Dark Green Lone Rose as well, pumping out his footmen. If he has the defendability, this is going to be, bode well for him. Mangroth upset since he is still not getting help killing off Light Blue, and the longer that Light Blue controls Tempest Keep, the more money he's going to get. Here goes Dark Green leading in. Does not lead with his Lordaeron captains, which is an odd choice. Do we have any? Sure. Alright, I gotta give credit to this. Eversong Lynx is on the front line. You almost never see a High Elven player actually contribute to melee units, which may or may not be a good thing since they'll probably just block in Lone Roses. Huge amounts of firepower coming out here from Grey right now. And as soon as he can target down, there's the AoE spell from Kel'Thuzad right now, looking like a mini Death and Decay. Damage being done, but Eversong Lynxes. This split's kind of rough. They need to get the siege in there, but the further in they push, the more the siege gets pushed into this artificial choke point. It's not technically artificial. A lot of damage being done, but this is where the Alliance messes up, is they need to push in completely. Arterion and Far need to push in right now, and I love seeing that. Look how many of these towers are attacking a single Lordaeron captain and doing 0 damage to him because of the Lordaeron captain's unique ability to completely negate any range damage that is not hero-based. And Dark Green, Lone Rose getting a little bit nervous, but his hero squad's completely fine. He's just got to back some of his heroes up and leave the elites on the front line. Garithos is going to eat a dick here if he doesn't get a heal. The damage is real, and Blue has now spawned Professor Putricide, purchasing this hero and the upgrade. If purchased second, Professor Putricide will show up in whatever undead base, Cult of the Damned starting base has been spawned. Come on, fuckers, move! You paladins are completely stuck. This is the, like, narrow field of vision that a lot of players get into, is they're like, well, I'm doing my part, I'm casting my spells and I'm supporting you. Move the fuck out of the way so that the siege can get in and the other melee can get in and the reinforcements can get in, you dongleberries. Look at this. Look how much is being wasted here in the middle. Dark Green's up destroying a number of towers right now, banking on the fact again his hero squad is near invulnerable to range damage. Karis Spike Spiegel. To who? Oh, he's talking about Professor Putricide. Now here's the problem. Uther the Lightbringer gets in, but the rest of his paladins can't. Hopefully they will be able to Holy Light him. 2 attack upgrades, 1 defense from Nicator now. Spike Spiegel with 0 upgrades overall, focusing on his casters right now. Master level Necromancers not casting Cripple. Very odd choice. Now Spike Spiegel sends out the Flesh Golems to try to slow this down. You can see they're being pumped out. One by one, they're enough to slow the armies down if you don't focus on them. Careful there. It looks like we've got a Arthas or Prince Galen Trollbane nearly dead and receiving no heals from his High Elven ally. Look at that. Arterion's backing up like, well, okay. No. Come on, Arterion. You got to get in there with Far and everyone else and help. You must contribute to get the boot. Professor Putricide goes down. The Alliance manages to kill him. They really need to move in far. Oh my god, this block is painful to watch. And very few dispels as far as I can tell right now from our High Elven player. And a new swarm of summoned units and abominations alike now running into the fight. Spike Spiegel still holding bravely. My god, is he actually going to push the Alliance back completely? There's no excuse to have the power generators here and not utilizing his elite units. Oh my god, and the first ones to bail are the elves, completely running out. Instead of just getting a better choke point and getting a better concave like their human allies are doing, the elves have fucked right off. Are you serious, guys? Get back over here. Oh, alright, well I guess they're backing up because the Plague has officially been launched by our Cult of the Damned player. That's going to give him Noth up here, which is a phenomenal boon to him as he can now heal everything. However, I would have said that just one player could leave and leave some of the elves who, you know, have the goddamn dispels. In fact, I'm not sure Far might be a very new hero or player. Because as far as I can tell, he only has heroes and he doesn't have any of his elite units that have the phenomenal dispels that essentially shut down our Grey player. Now Spike Spiegel, realizing he's facing mostly ground units against the humans, has decided to focus on getting gargoyles and destroyers as well. And the meat wagons, while sustaining serious damage, are completely alive right now. So the humans are on the retreat. Man, that is unfortunato. And while I was not looking, Dreadeye managed to lose Maru because, well, because they were actually doing work up here. Orange. OJ's he probably wants help against the dwarves at the moment is what I'm guessing. I haven't had a chance to peek in at the Dragonmaw clan. Here it is. Dragonmaw clan getting their nose bloodied in early engagement against the dwarves. Dwarves have already taken over Nombregon, established control, gained the Skybreaker, and seem to be focusing on 2 defensive upgrades and 1 upgrade into their black gunpowder. Legion/cancel, get your damn ass up here. Oh god, Silas, you're so polite to your... Man, I gotta say, I think this would have gone better with a Dalaran. The Alliance is definitely on the back foot as far as this goes, and they started it that way. Yeah, Bozo, I'm with you. Blocking is way worse than being a noob. People are scared of losing their army if they commit too much, but they just end up losing it because they don't commit. Thank you, Foxy. That is exactly the situation we end up in. This is painful to watch. Alright, now our Lordaeron player, Lone Rose, is going to attempt to hold this bridge against the undead as long as he can. Single Arc Necromancer in ghost form hiding here, and there's Noth the Plaguebringer's heal starting to do work. Thankfully, Lone Rose has one of the counters to this army, which is a massive number of siege tanks. But more and more and more undead spawned limitlessly on this bridge. It doesn't matter how many you destroy, the bodies of your fellow compatriots will rise against you, whooping that ass. Yeah, this is not good for the Alliance. Oh, thank you there, Ryu Kaijin, for the follow. I really appreciate it. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for following, bud. Alright, Uther, Oathmar, Arthas. Everyone needs to fucking leave Prince Galen Trollbane. Now getting focused down by the undead team. Alright, and dwarves have been pushed back successfully. Dragonmaw clan now with the assistance of the Dark Horde. Aww.
My boy.
My boy as well, Ballart Gaming. You want to throw up that new emote I've given you? You should probably check out those new emotes, by the way. I don't know if anyone's noticed, but we got 2 new emotes. And no more shitty ones. Thank you for the subscription. 18 months in a row, Ballard Gaming. A year and a half. Longer than I've actually been streaming overall. It's pretty shocking. You know how to level heroes with Archimonde Legion? Silas is going to teach him. So, for those of you who may not know, Mangroth has the ability to utilize Archimonde to level up allied heroes. He cannot do it to the same hero twice in a row, but that is pretty much the only limitation aside from a long cooldown. A Finger of Death on a Bear Warrior. Half hitting the bear, half hitting the warrior equals only half dead. There we go. Dwarves are realizing they may be overmatched right now. Slows from the Legion team now showing up. We've got Legion, Dark Horde, and the Dragon Maw flanking from the side. Dwarves just in time retreating before they get cut off. They do still luckily have this Dwarven Siege Cannon, and that is going to be massively helpful in fighting off this force. Now, usually you'd have a Dalaran that could teleport down here and help him. That would be their job. I don't see that happening this time, and I don't know that Yellow actually has... He has got a chunk of change. He could probably hold on longer than I think he can. As long as he's microing this Dwarven Siege Cannon to take down smaller groups of casters, or, there we go, or the siege units of his enemies, he'll be just fine. Unfortunately, he seems to be attacking a goddamn control point. What? Bro. Oh, no. Why is the cannon set to auto-attack only a piece of ground? What? Now here's the thing, he's not attacking the control point because he controls it. That means that he has made it target an area rather than... Oh, no. Oh, dwarves, that cannon not being at all participatory in this fight is... No, stop shooting the fucking control point. Oh, God. Oh, it's such a small mistake. He's obviously so busy with everything that he's completely forgotten that that's what it's doing. He may still hold a little bit longer, but my God, the waste. Ah. One of his heroes are still near full health. He's pumping out Dwarven warriors as fast as he can, but too bad the Dragon Maw has identified that barracks as where they're coming from and targets it down, trying to get as many units as he can into the Skybreaker and retreat to Ironforge. Oh God, and down goes Falstad Wildhammer, losing the Eye of Dalaran. That's a huge bummer. Anderhall has fallen to the undead. Another foothold established for the Scourge and Lich King, and it looks like, my guess is, yes, the Lich King's army has arrived, now assaulting Capital Palace. Well, no wonder this is a short and sweet game. We have no Dalaran. That's a rough go of it, too. Bozo says, I don't know if I can see, but I think he left. Yeah, shame that's the quick support out of the way, right out the gate. Man. And... of course, the base goes down. Dwarven Siege Tower. Okay. Okay. Okay, sir. I understand what you are saying to me, but I also completely disagree with your decision to do it. This is ridiculous. And for right now, the Alliance is doing an okay job holding the gates of Lordaeron. Doesn't appear to be any focus of fire on the gates themselves. Just kind of peripheral siege damage being done to that. Down to 5,000. How long can they survive? Now they're utilizing Purple's units, teleporting in some support. Now they're going to get them on the front line. The only thing I worry about, again, is blocking now. Let's check in on Nikator. He's holding the Eastern Plague Lands against the undead, probably going to be harassing the Cult of the Damned, although the Cult appears to have moved up north to Mardenhold Keep. An odd choice, but I guess general chaos and harassment are their goal, not exactly a targeted attack. I would say the Cult needs to get over here before the Lich King's army just gets burned down and slowly worn to pieces against Lordaeron Capital. That's the only way they could theoretically lose. Oh, Ballista's now being targeted by the siege units of blue. It's a good shot. The Ballistas and other siege units are going to be necessary against this blue army. Only so much you can do with archers and melee. Continuing to summon reinforcements here from Dark Green. Lone Rose utilizing special ability on King Tyrannus Menethil, as well as his elite unit's ability to summon permanent spawns from barracks. There we go. Oh, that's what I needed to see. Zarkal, our AFK Dalaran player, being used to build arcane shield generators. This is what really slows and ruins enemy armies, is just arcane shield generators not being paid attention to. Now it seems like the undead are doing kind of incidental damage to them, but no real attempt at targeting them. And you can see what it's doing, slowing and damaging his entire army. Try not to lose your army. I'm gonna split the alliance. You're not gonna do anything at the moment, actually. You think you're gonna split the alliance. I could be wrong. He might have headed up through Mardenhold Keep, and he will break down this tree line to find an access into Quel'Tha Lost that is not the main gate. If he does this, I have to agree the elves will be forced to retreat. Our High Elven player can build an Orb of Translocation that allows instantaneous teleportation between Quel'Tha Lost and Capital City. Silvermoon, I should say. It's a little bit more accurate. So is Yusuf playing again, Grish? No, there's no Yusuf in this game. We have Far, Jack Attack, Mangroth, I Don't Sell Molly, Lord Lubang, Nabsky, Arterion, Spikespiegel, Nikator, Lone Rose, and Silas. And the Alliance is holding bravely against the Undead. I've been this Undead here, attacking into 0 support. Now, Jack Attack has these units, looks like healing health? The Obsidian statues, you want half on mana, half on health, and to continue to utilize your Nerubian Seers to summon health stones to heal your army. But yeah, without help, this is definitely one way for a Undead player to just slowly die. He might have broken the gate, which is a nice win for them. Oh my god, and look at this, the Lights Chapel, the forces of the Silver Hand trying to assault the Cult of the Damned from behind. It may not win them the game, but with help from the Ranger Corps, oh no. So Spikespiegel's not a bad player, but he is an attentive player, and if he notices that Sylvanas Windrunner with such low health, he will bring Noth over there, he will cast spells, he will target her down, and our Ranger Corps player will end up as the Forsaken if he is not so goddamn super careful. Oh no! Ysilian, you're gonna need to back it up, baby. I know you're trying to heal, but your paladins are going down. The delay is nice, but it's not good. Oh, there's the stun. Oh, thank God Sylvanas Windrunner got some bit of a heal. You can tell now there's an attempt to take down Sylvanas. Come on, Ranger Corps player. Arterion, get the fuck out of there. Alright, it's time to retreat, boys. The Alliance in disarray. Forced to retreat from the Undead. Alright, and Alliance, have you totally kicked the Undead's ass? The Undead forced to retreat outside of Capital City. You're trying to lure the Alliance into a better concave for him. He had the advantage of numbers, and pushing himself into that choke point where apparently none of the fortified guard towers went down is just getting rougher and rougher for him. Mithril sword upgrades actually affect his towers. That's good news for Dark Green and something I wasn't entirely aware of. Fuck man, they won't die, says Jack Attack. Just tower up, he says. It's easy to say. Sounds like Gray believes he can handle everything on his own and doesn't need to come help his ally. This is excellent play by Lone Rose, continuing to build forward barracks that his elite units can spawn more footmen from. This is looking pretty rough for the Undead player. Lich King's on the back foot. How about Cult? Cool, and I'm sure I'm missing the Siege of Ironforge here in a little bit. Poor yellow player. I Don't Sell Molly on the back foot. Bit of money, but not a lot of actual units. All the riflemen he could afford have been shoved into these Dwarven Keep Towers, and there's no actual units here. Oh no, that's going to be versus 3 or 4 people. Again, Shadow Council doesn't seem to be present, so let's check in on Nabsky one more time, see what he's up to. Not even... Oh, he is so far south, it's not even funny. Mag Theoden has been spawned for the Dark Horde player, which tells me... No, Legion and Undead still totally allied. Alright, and blue just keeps funneling more and more and more units to the front lines. Nerubian guards, 5 defensive upgrades, 0 attack upgrades. I'm impressed. By the way, I know we don't have too many people in the chat right now, but... Oh, wait, what? What? Why are my new Oh, my new emotes have to be... Damn, they're new, so I guess they're waiting to be approved, huh? Darn, I don't know if that takes a day. Damn! You guys can see them in the description under the channel. Those are the new emotes. I don't think they'll get rejected. They're brand new. Undead may be pushing the Alliance back into Capital City. And is Cult breaking into Quel'Tha Lost finally? Or are they going for Strathold? Looks like Stratholme it is. He'll establish a forward base for himself from which to push in against Quel'Thalas. It'll require breaking down the gates first, but that's an easy task when he's smart enough to go ahead and build undead battleships to assault it as well. Yeah, this, you never actually see a landing inside Stratholme via ships, but it's totally viable. I'd love to see it sometime. Come on, Shadow Council, surely. Alright, and the undead are, well, once bitten, twice shy, I could say. Do not want to go back into this choke point against the Alliance. And we're going to go ahead and call that part 1. Those of you watching on YouTube, tune in tomorrow for part 2. Those of you watching live, go ahead and stay here. We're going to continue with part 2 in just a minute.